So in this video, I want to show you how to control your lead flow. So from our home page, Advisor Login, you log into your account. Okay, and if you scroll down on the left here, which by the way, every answer you'll probably ever want is somewhere on the left here, the button, how do you control your lead flow? Now, the most important sentence I'm about to say is probably the most important sentence you're going to hear on this video is the following. We cannot control your lead flow. You do. You control how many leads you get. So all we can do is place your ads online, and we don't know, are a lot of consumers going to respond or a few consumers? So we can't control, 150 million adult consumers in the United States. We have no control, but you can control your lead flow. So your primary controls are right here. You can change on the first and third Thursday, adjust your radius and zips. So you can make your radius bigger if you want more leads, or make your radius smaller if you want fewer leads. Same thing here with prospect types. If you add prospect types, you'll get more leads. If you reduce your prospect types, you will get fewer leads. So these are the changes you can make the first and third Thursday of any month. Now, there's other controls that you have. So let's go here, click on that, and I want to go through what each of these are. Now, let's just read right here. If your radius is already at 10 miles and you receive more than 5 leads in 5 consecutive days, okay, so you're already at the minimum radius that you can set. We can set your radius at smaller than 10, but you set it at 10, and it's already at 10 or less, and you get more than 5 leads in a 5-day period. All you need to do is this. Please create a support ticket, and we will reduce your radius for you. So you can only make your radius as small as 10 miles in your account, but we can reduce it to something smaller if you request it. And we will do that if your radius is already 10 miles or less and you receive more than 5 leads in 5 consecutive days. You just click here, you create a support ticket, okay, and you just say, I received more than 5 leads in a 5-day period. And again, it's more than 5 leads in a 5-day period. And if you want to see how that's calculated, we have an example down here. Here is an example. It shows exactly how you would count the days and the number of leads to make sure. Then our client services department will cut your radius in half. So let's say your radius is at 10 miles, they'll cut it to 5 miles. Now, let's say that in the next 5-day period, you get more than 5 leads in a 5-day period, and you don't want that. Just create another support ticket and say, I received more than 5 leads in a 5-day period. They're going to cut your radius from 5 miles. Well, they can't cut it to 2.5. It's got to be a whole number. So they'll cut it from 5 to 3. So you get the idea that you just tell us when the condition is more than 5 leads in a 5-day period, and we will cut the radius down if you make that request. Okay, let me see if there's now. And by the way, you can make this request any day. It doesn't have to be a first or third Thursday. If this condition applies, we're going to make this adjustment to your account. Here's another adjustment. You don't have to wait for a first or third Thursday. If you want to switch from the typical radius configuration, meaning when you started your account, you probably said, okay, I'd like zip code 19152 and 15 miles around that. Okay, but we have another option. The other option we call option B is where you select specific zip codes, where you say, oh, I want 19152, 19153, and 19154. I only want those 3 zip codes. So you can switch to that option any time. It doesn't have to be a first or third Thursday. And to do that, all you do is go here, click, and there's a little form to complete. Specific zip code option. Once you switch to this, you can't go back to the radius method. So you either have to make a permanent choice. You want to have the radius method, essential zip code and a radius, or you want to select zip codes. Now, one thing about selecting individual zip codes, because it costs us more to advertise that way, the leads are a little more expensive. So that's explained here. When you click here, you'll see the whole explanation. Okay. Please read all of this because it gets into some detail on some of these things. But one of the other things that's really important to understand is there is no way to just turn your leads on and off. Okay, so our system is meant for continuous prospecting, so that once you start, it just keeps running week after week after week. Now, there is a pause feature explained in another video where you do have some limited ability to pause your account at some points, but you can't. It's not designed to go on and off, on and off, on and off like that. That won't work, and the system is just not designed that way. So please understand that. Okay, so if you would, please just read through this verbiage here, so you understand the details on this. And now you know that the levers to control your lead flow are in your possession, and there's nothing we can do other than when we receive your support ticket to cut down your radius, we can do that. Thanks.